Aaron Judge just called out Juan Soto for leaving the New York Yankees in an absolutely hilarious way. And meanwhile, the New York Yankees are making some moves, which does make one thing evidently clear for this team that'll have Yankee fans so relieved. And we're going to break all this down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things. As always, guys, if you're part of that 79% and you're not subscribed to Yankees Digest, this is the place for all New York Yankees content. We're having a great time here. We're having fun. You do not want to miss out on all the good content. Anything New York Yankees, we will get right on it, so you do not want to miss for all those early Yankees updates. But let's talk about this, man. Aaron Judge, well, he just called out Juan Soto in the funniest way possible. As Judge has talked just a lot about free agency, the decision he made, obviously the decision Juan Soto made, the fact that the New York Yankees without Juan Soto have not missed a beat because of the guys who they acquired. And because of all this, what it has led to is now Juan Soto and the New York Mets. Well, the Mets are playing great, but Juan Soto not playing his best baseball in the Mets. Now, I am recording this in an untimely manner as Juan Soto is on a hot streak right now over the last 3 games. So it's important to note that and give Juan Soto the credit that he deserves. It's not like he's just struck out his last 10 at-bats. He's actually killing the ball over these last 3 games. However, for the season, we know he has not been great at all and doesn't really look like an all-star right now. But Aaron Judge did his thing and talked about free agency and called out Juan Soto. And guys, it is absolutely insane. Now look, it was revealed by Aaron Judge when he decided to stay with the New York Yankees, and a lot of people thought he was leaving. He said, "This is where I always wanted to be, especially after being drafted here. This is my home. But if I was to look back and would have signed with the Padres or signed with the Giants, it could be a little different. I might have been getting booed like Soto. So I'm happy with my decision. Really, for me, it was all about getting a fair deal for what I thought I was worth, while still putting the team in a good position to sign who we need to." So unlike what Juan Soto did, where Soto did not care and wanted the most money possible, even if it was going to hamper the Yankees, one of the reasons why he ultimately left, and even if it meant he was going to get booed forever, well, he still did it. And Aaron Judge was like, "Nope, not me. I didn't do that. I didn't really care." Now, it's important to note that Aaron Judge and Juan Soto are friends. I know Yankees Digest is not big enough to cause this, but I'm not trying to insinuate or spark up some beef between the two guys. There's been some bits of animosity here and there from Aaron Judge, it feels like, where he's not thrilled that after making the World Series and having this great relationship with Soto and even switching to center field so Soto could take his position at right field, that Soto would end up walking out the door. And Aaron Judge is right to be upset about these things. He really is. It's not something that you think back on and you're like, I wonder why Judge is upset. No, you understand why. It's enough reasoning that Judge was like, "Nope, you could play right field. I'll move to center field, out of position. You could bat second, where I usually bat. I'll bat third," given Judge wants to bat third, so that one doesn't really count. But on top of that, he's close with them. They made the World Series, and Juan Soto decided, well, I'm going to get a beer belly and go join the Mets. So that's what happened. And look, it's been interesting thus far. This season, Aaron Judge has had one of the greatest seasons in MLB history. He's batting with a .391 average. He has 21 home runs already into the season. He's got an OPS of 1.248, an OPS plus of 249, slugging percentage of 764, and an on-base percentage at 485. So nearly half the time, Aaron Judge is just getting on base. You know how people do. He's got 50 RBIs, 55 runs scored, is the best player on the planet. It's evidently clear. And honestly, it's just absolutely unbelievable to watch. Every time he comes to the plate, it feels like something good is going to happen, and usually it does. His career stats are also insane, with an OPS at 1.024, a 177 OPS plus. He's been great at getting RBIs and obviously hitting home runs. The man has 336 home runs in his MLB career already, and he's still got a lot of time to go to get up there. He is seriously kicking down the door of 500 home runs at this point, with considering how much time is left in his career. So it's really, really exciting, obviously, with having Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. Well, his season's a little less exciting. Now, he does have more stolen bases than Aaron Judge, and well, that's what gave Altuve an MVP over Judge, so that's important. But Soto's OPS is a 792. He's got an OPS plus of 127. The slugging percentage is 429. The on-base percentage is 363. Batting average at a 233, well below his career average. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, there's going to be a drop-off by not having the Aaron Judge protection. There's nothing you could do about that. That's just normal. You can't blame Soto. You can't blame anyone. But Soto is still having a down year that is fairly disappointing. Now, being a New Yorker, I know a lot of people who are Mets fans. Two of my two closest friends in the planet, they're both Mets fans. Now, given it's, in fairness to one of them, he only cares so much, but he's locked in. He understands what's going on with the Mets. He knows ball. And on top of that, my other friend, who is a diehard New York Mets fan, well, I feel like I should call him out for the teams that he used to root for, but he used to always choose bad teams until he got bored of not rooting for a New York team and chose the Mets when they weren't necessarily great. So you can give him credit there. But also, you guys don't really care about my friends, I don't think. But I do. I love them. They're what make me want to wake up in the morning. Have good friends, man. It changes your life. But Juan Soto, the Mets fans I know, they're not that worried. I don't think they should be either. It's fine. Steve Cohen will continue to spend money, and at the same time, Juan Soto is probably going to bounce back, or at least I'd imagine so. Who's not going to bounce back, though? Carlos Carrasco. Carrasco this season has a 5.91 ERA. He's got 32 innings pitched and a whip of 1.531, which is not good. Carrasco really struggled with the New York Yankees, both out of the bullpen and as a starter. And Carrasco was recently brought back up to the New York Yankees when an injury happened. And what happened today? Oops. Not unexpectedly, Carlos Carrasco was with the Yankees for just one day as pitching depth protection and placed on outright waivers today with no unexpected setbacks. The New York Yankees were lined up to activate Fernando Cruz on Tuesday, so that is why they did that. The Yankees have the day off today, decided to bring Carrasco back to waivers. Carrasco understood the situation. He's been around the MLB long enough to know that this was coming, but it's a few good signs. One, means we get this guy back. Fernando Cruz is awesome, man. I've become a big fan of Fernando Cruz and his splitter. The man has a whip under 1 this season, which is excellent, and a 2.66 ERA. He's actually stepped in for 2 saves, which he did well. He's played in 21 games, pitched 23 innings, has 35 strikeouts. His strikeout numbers have always been great. Holy lisp. And on top of that, what we see out of Fernando Cruz is a guy who is a very talented pitcher, but went on that 15-day DL, but now is coming back, which is a very good sign for Yankee fans. I'm a big fan of Cruz. He's given them good stability out of the bullpen for the most part. He's had his games where he's not his best self, but so does everyone who comes out of the bullpen, so it's not something you really have to worry about. The other good news that comes from this is that it means Luke Weaver's not going on the DL with some sort of injury, or at least it appears that way as Carrasco is here. Weaver's been the best relief pitcher for the New York Yankees this season and one of the best in baseball. He's got a 1.05 ERA in 24 games played. In that time, he has 8 saves, and he did not start the year as the closer, has 24 strikeouts in 25.2 innings and a whip of 0.701. Luke Weaver has been downright disgusting for the New York Yankees. And because of that, it is excellent news that his hamstring injury is not something that's at all long-term. So great news there on Luke Weaver. We love to see that. And also, Aaron Boone did speak on Weaver's injury after the game. He didn't seem too concerned, saying Weaver had finished warming up, and then when he went to stretch, he felt something in the middle of his hammy, so he had to make a switch on the fly, hoping it's not too serious, but he felt it when he was stretching. And I mean, everyone kind of indicated it's not a serious thing, and it's not, because he's not going to the injured list. So great news there as well. Good news from the Yankees all around. Fun stuff. And guys, if you enjoy the fun New York Yankees content, make sure to subscribe, like this video, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees, man. Days off are so boring, especially now with the Knicks eliminated. I'm so bored. What am I gonna watch tonight? What? I'm not watching. I don't even know what's on. There's no sports on outside of baseball right now. Stop having days off.